Good morning, and welcome to this live broadcast of Three Country Ride to Cure Breast Cancer, presented by SpotLink and benefiting the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Today, as part of our daily morning Mingle series, we have the pleasure of speaking with Ray, is it?
Wigle.
Wigle, okay, manager of the Erie Canal Discovery Center. Thank you, Ray. Really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today.
Well, we're glad you could come through, actually.
Yeah, it's a very nice town. Can you tell us a little bit about the Erie Canal?
The Erie Canal was created in the early 19th century to connect the East, meaning the original 13 colonies / states, with the West, which at that point is today what we would call the Midwest and the Mississippi Valley, by water across the Appalachian Mountains.
Wow, okay. And can you tell us a little bit about the Erie Canal Discovery Center and some of its notable exhibits?
Well, since we're right here in Lockport, just right across the parking lot from the historic locks themselves, this was put in here to act as sort of an interpretive center, a background, to give people an understanding of why the canal was built, why it was so important, what they did here in Lockport, which was pretty impressive, and also what they'll see when they go down and take a look at the locks today.
Okay. And this pretty impressive photo behind us, can you tell us a little bit about what this is supposed to represent?
This is showing Lockport in 1825 during the grand opening celebration of the Erie Canal. This was the last bit of the canal to be completed. This was actually painted for the 100th anniversary of the canal in 1925, but it shows the beginning of about a 30-boat flotilla of packets that were passing through on their way down to New York.
Wow, pretty impressive. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do in your daily role as manager of the center?
Well, we have a lot of visitors here, not just from Niagara Falls, which we do, but also from all over, coming to see Lockport as well. And we have a number of local residents who come in. Our primary task really is to help people understand what was going on and what's going on now, and also because we have the Lockport Visitor Center here, to give people some more information about what they can see and do in Lockport.
Okay, well, thank you. Of course, we're doing the ride to benefit the Breast Cancer Research Foundation to find a cure for breast cancer. Is there anything about our cause that is personal to you?
Well, there was no one in my family, but actually I've worked with a number of people who have had breast cancer and who are breast cancer survivors and fighting along through, and so yes, indeed.
Okay, well, thank you for that. So after here, we're going to head off to Rochester. Is there any advice you have for our journey today?
The good news is it's all flat from here to Rochester. No locks on the canal between Lockport and Rochester.
Okay. And I noticed there's do you know anything about the bike trail between, it looks like it follows the Erie Canal?
The bike trail from Lockport to Rochester is actually the route of the original tow path.
Oh, wow.
So it was only ever on one side, although there are actually sections of the trail that are on both sides, so you can enjoy both sides. But the main trail goes from the locks here at Lockport right to the locks at Rochester.
Wow. Okay, good. Convenient for us, certainly. All right, so one last question. Is there a weird fact you know and want to share?
Well, part of the construction here was the double flight of locks that's on the painting there, but also up at the top there was a 7-mile-long artificial canyon through the bedrock so that the canal would be level with Lake Erie. And in order to do this massive thing, back before they had dynamite or power equipment or anything, it was necessary to develop these huge horse-operated cranes to lift these big chunks of basically limestone out of what was to be the canal. Those were invented by a local Lockportian by the strange name of Orange Dibble.
Wow, okay.
You can't make this up.
No. Okay. Well, that's a good one. Well, thanks. Well, thank you again, Ray. We so appreciate you taking the time to do that.
We're glad you could be here.
Thank you. All right, we're going to head out now. Catch us for our live Noon from the Road update. Weather's looking a little iffy, so you might see a little thing then. And, of course, our 8 p.m. recap. See you then.